Welcome to the suburbs with Andy and Greg.
Time now for Season 2, Episode 41. Enjoy. We've talked back and forth about our various careers and things we've done over the years. Mostly mine has been in the music industry or related to the music industry. You're working with a company that does basically what?
Software for adoption and foster care. We serve end-to-end solutions for parents hoping to adopt a baby, and then the foster care side of things, which is...
Sounds like fun. Could I get you a gummy?
I'm saying that just because we're the most wealthy country on earth.
For sure.
There are two things that we just stink on ice. One of them is serving our population with affordable health care. And I don't want to sound like I'm running for president. And kids in foster care is the other thing. Anytime that you go, we'll pay you to take care of this kid. What are they? Babysitters?
Right.
I just picture this guy in a dirty T-shirt, smoking a cigarette down to the filter.
Drinking a beer.
He's got a fly swatter in the other hand.
Sitting on the porch.
Yeah. Get me another fried bologna sandwich. You know that. And they're doing it because they get paid.
Sure.
I said to mow my grass. Baby, he's only 3.
What's your point?
Well, 3? I think I was working in a mill at 3. That's the person watching these kids. And I'm not making it up. It's a paying gig.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, you know, the government subsidy we's getting ain't enough for my bag of chips and beer. I mean, how you getting gas? So, let's watch a kid. That can't be that hard. I came from 15 of them. So, the advertising for adoption for decades was so easy. Yellow pages.
It's in the A's, so it's easy to get to.
Yeah. And then you get these people who are like, we want to be first in the A's of adoption.
AAA adoptions.
A, act of love, because, you know, grammar is important. So each state regulates, for the most part, private infant adoption. Meanwhile, there's this attorney who just doesn't give a flying F about what the state laws are. It's kind of funny, an attorney, you know, who's supposed to define laws.
Right.
He doesn't give two shits about what the laws are. His ads show, and it's rich parents will take you to Disney. And it's like crazy stuff he's promising that you're not allowed to do. You know, and he's just like, hey, I haven't had my hand slapped yet. So I don't care.
Do you like a sports car?
Right. It's like that. Hey, we'll pay you. No, wait a minute. That's child trafficking. Yes, I know. Until they tell me no.
That's my angle.
Want a Ferrari? Yes, I do. And then all of a sudden it's like a Matchbox Ferrari.
Click here.
Hey, you're pregnant and considering adoption? Yes, I am. Let's fly you in. So they fly him in and they put him up in an apartment. And then she's like, you know, I think I want to keep it. Okay, here's a bus ticket.
Get out.
That's what they do. The state is sitting there like, we have meth problems. The fact that Schmo over here is promising Disney trips to a pregnant woman, is that really on our radar right now?
No.
Hey, we have a stadium to fund.
Yeah, right. We've got bodies to move.
That's exactly right.
We're busy over here.
Oh my God.
Whoops.
Hey, stop for a second. I found a skull and a pinky, but no femur. Anybody got a femur? It's like they're putting these jigsaw puzzles of skeletons. By the way, this is happening in downtown Indy right now where they're trying to build a soccer stadium, but they're like, did somebody lose a body? Hey, Bob, we got 10 bodies over here.
What are all these headstones doing here?
Headstone? History, that was one of the books they burned when they got mad. Like, we ain't gonna focus on no history. Burn that book. They took it up to the White Sox stadium when they were burning disco albums. And
throw those on the pile.
We need some kind of
kindling.
Yeah. So anyway, we're running these ads on Facebook, and I'm getting these phone calls from every state in the country, and it's all the same brain cell. And it's either, hey, I'd like a kid. It's like Rent-A-Center. Like me, I wanted a trailer from U-Haul, so I go to U-Haul. Other people think you just go get a kid for the week. And I actually had a woman say, well, I thought it would be nice to have a child for Christmas. And then if we get along, maybe keep them. I said, that's not a thing.
Time will tell. It's like giving the kid a bun at Easter time.
I paused for a minute. I'm like, did I just hear this?
Bitch, you serious?
And I said, do you mean adopt a needy family and you buy them gifts? No.
What are you, stupid?
I mean, have a child for Christmas, and then if we get along, then maybe keep them. Do you need somebody to make your beds? What are you doing?
Cut the grass. Christmas time be shovel the walk.
Right, yes. A couple of weeks ago, I get this phone call from New York, and it's a Hispanic woman wanting to adopt Chihuahuas. And I just thought, this can't be really happening to me right now.
I mean, makes sense. That's like the Taco Bell dog.
Yeah, I guess.
Olé.
Right, and Chihuahua is a town in Mexico, I think.
The whole town?
It's a little town. No stoplights. She called and she said, I would like to adopt a Chihuahua. Do you have Chihuahuas? I said, to adopt? Yes. No, we do babies. Baby Chihuahua? No. Baby humans.
Strike two.
Oh, I don't want a baby human. I want a baby Chihuahua. And I said, we don't have those.
Fresh out.
Do you know where I can get one?
Click. You know, when we were in Europe, the food is always fresh. They don't have large refrigerators. They go to the market almost every day to get their ingredients for their fresh meals.
You know why? Because it's closer.
Sure.
It's not like halfway across. We got food deserts here in Indianapolis.
And when we landed in D.C., when we came home and started walking through customs, Jennifer and I both looked at each other and said, we're back in the land of the fat.
It's amazing.
Our eyes like, ding, because for 2 weeks you didn't see that obesity.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure half the people that are calling me want to eat the kid. Just put some ranch. Keely calls it Hoosier dipping sauce.
Ranch dressing.
Yeah. Just dip that kid in a ranch dressing and boom.
Them good eats.
Yeah.
More fried dolphin, please.
Oh, my God. I made this song up. We were at the Shed Aquarium in Chicago when the girls were little. They wanted to see the dolphin show. They were so dramatic. It's this whole production.
Oh, sure.
And the dolphin's going to do this. And then the music's playing to kind of get you involved. And it was just so over the top. I made up a song about the dolphins. And to this day, they cannot take the dolphin song because I'll sing it and then it'll be that earworm for the rest of the day.
Do you know that if you chew gum, earworms go away?
No, I didn't know that.
Share that with your family. Please.
The dolphins, the dolphins. We must save the dolphins. The most nonsense song.
You got that right.
Let the dolphin do a backflip and then let's go.
Grumpy Gus.
Well, I mean, come on.
I mean, it's the dolphins.
I know it is. I know it is. And they're really smart. And they're sitting there like, we are underutilized. We could be programming your computers if you only knew.
If you let us. Get me out of this water.
You know, I could do it for herrings. It would be a lot cheaper than you guys and your bikes strapped together, people.
That should be your new business model.
Using dolphins, programming computers. The poor orangutans, they're the same way. I look at those and I just think...
So you can rant about the zoo again?
Yeah. Are they on something like to keep them calm? Meanwhile, you got the macaws. I don't know why the macaws don't just go to Carmel whenever they want.
I'm out of here.
I am sitting there and we're by the rainforest exhibit. And I'm like, what is the commotion? There's just this, you can't see them, so you don't know what the animal is that's just like sounding like the rainforest. And then you find out that there's this exhibit going on teaching you about macaws. And there's a whole flock of them. And it's not like they're in an enclosed netted area. If they were the dolphin brain, they would know. They're like, we could just blow this pop stand right now. We can find our own food. Look, Fat America, they drop shit all over the place.
Look, there's some Dippin' Dots.
We could just go right outside the movie theater and get popcorn anytime we want.
All day long.
But they don't. They stay in the flock. It's almost like they're fighter pilots with their precision. And they're flying around the zoo, and then they always come back to the guys with the wooden stand. And
Ta-da!
yeah. And I don't know if you knew this. They live like 80 years.
I did know that.
And if you buy one, they're not supposed to catch them in the wild and sell them in the U.S. Now, I'm sure Scarface and everybody's brother, they work out a deal so that they get one netted right out of the jungle.
Say hello to my little macaw.
When you're their person, they don't want your stinking sibling or spouse or kids. They're not fans of other people in your life.
Sort of like Jennifer's Pekingese when I first met her.
Really?
He wanted nothing to do with me.
So you had it killed?
No. No. I lived in fear.
Did you, of a Pekingese?
Yeah. You know, they got that gizmo head on a swivel.
Like Chucky?
Yeah, exactly. The two of them were together for 12 years. I was another male in her life, and he didn't like any part of that.
Okay.
And he made it crystal clear.
So how did you guys watch a show together?
Probably with him on her lap and me on the other side of the couch.
How do you make a move with the Pekingese there?
Difficult.
The Chinese mafia right there.
When I'd have to get up and go to the bathroom, she would have to hold him back as he'd lunge at me.
Wow.
When she would travel on business, I used to have to feed him and walk him. And so she left a harness on him with like a 1-foot extender.
Wow.
And then I would feed him with this fork that was...
Wait a minute.
Extender fork that I would pick up his little pieces of food and feed him on this foot-long fork.
Like something that you would roast marshmallows with?
An actual dinner fork that was telescopic.
Oh, crazy. Did you get that at Spencer's Gifts?
Five Below.
Yeah, right. I'm amazed that he can't just eat by himself.
Well, he's a pampered dog.
Evidently. Did he have monogrammed napkins?
Yes. One time she was traveling and she was supposed to have a girlfriend come by and let him out. I think I drove by the house and thought that she hadn't been there. So I said, well, I'm just going to stay here. So her girlfriend, I think, drove by and saw that my car was there, just kept on going. And so, but the whole night he just barked.
Get out?
Yeah.
Is that what he was saying?
The whole time.
You don't belong here.
He just barked.
I don't like that fork.
Barked.
I don't like the way you feed me with that fork. Is it like canned food? What are you feeding him? Caviar?
Macaw. Well, looks like I derailed you again. Got anything else to say about the zoo?
I wish I was as talented as my dad as an artist. I would just paint a picture of the way that this chimp looked.
Did you take a picture?
I couldn't. It was too sad. If he smoked, he would have had just butts all around him. He'd have
Empty beer cans.
a highball of Jack Straight.
Not a happy camper.
And maybe he just woke up.
He's not a morning person.
So the main thing that she wanted to see,
Dolphins.
polar bear.
Polar bear.
So at the Kookaburra place, we go, what direction is the polar bear? And they all got this horrified look on their face, like it had just died the night before.
I hate to tell you this.
They go, it's been a while since you've been here, hasn't it? And we're like, yeah. We rode our bikes down here one time on a date. And they're like, see, we had this really nice exhibit and she could climb down these rocks to get in the water and swim around in the water. But she was so old that the rocks were hard on her joints. And so we shipped her off to a zoo that had less rocky terrain for her to climb on, and she died there.
Isn't that pleasant? Well, let me go tell my granddaughter that happy story.
I'm sorry, Evelyn. The polar bear's dead.
More Dippin' Dots? We couldn't order up another polar bear? I mean, there's more than one.
Depends on who you talk to. Let's go get one out of the wild. That leaves 5. They said, we do have brown bears. And man, they were Kodiaks. They were giant.
Could have painted one of those.
Paint one white.
Or dye his hair.
You could get that
Hair club for bears.
right. Brush it on, rinse it off, white.
Bingo bango polar bear.
I don't like getting in that much water. I just catch salmon.
I'm cold. You turn the heat up. What do you think, I'm a polar bear?
Yeah, so we had to say, okay, Evelyn, polar bear died. So
Suck it up.
could we see the depressed chimpanzees? Yes, they're right around the corner.
Plenty of those.
Right now, he's tying together the bed sheets.
And making a news.
Kick this out from under me right now, please. Welded bars. My life is bars. Hey, look at that tree. All I can see is a tree through bars. So this other guy that we know, and we'll call him Tom, posted something on his Facebook page this past week. We're raising a generation of people who think that burnt coffee should cost $5. This is what you're picking to bitch about?
This is it.
Old man yelling at clouds about $5 coffee. I mean, here's the thing. Don't go.
It's a choice.
It is a total choice.
They're not making you.
If they want to pay $10 for a cup of coffee,
Let them. If somebody wants to spend $10,000 to see Taylor Swift, let them.
right. So we had this coffee maker that was a Nespresso. It made good coffee. It was reliable, unlike the Mr. Coffee that breaks in a year. I can't tell you how many coffee pots we went through where it was just like, this stopped working, this stopped working. And meanwhile, in the background, we're like, an espresso maker would be really cool. You know, it grinds the beans there.
It's like playing a vinyl record. It's a process.
Yeah. The Nespresso machine started leaking water all over the counter. Kind of like your water heater, except on a smaller scale.
What's that puddle? That's $1,000 puddle. That's what that is.
She just happens to be at this store when this rep was demoing a KitchenAid espresso maker.
Had a pop up.
Yeah, right. What do you need?
Sucked right in.
So she sees how it's made. We get it home and she sets it up. You put it under the beans. You push the button. It grinds the beans. The beans go in. You tamp them down. Then you put it over here and you
Lock and load.
Then you push the button and the gauge goes. All of a sudden, all the lights just start flashing like a carnival and nothing happens.
Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Yes.
Out comes a Godstopper.
Yeah. She had shown me the evening before how to do it. And she's like, would you like an espresso? And I'm sitting there like, no, it's 7:00 at night.
What are you, high?
I'm going to be sitting there like some madman in Reefer Madness at 2 a.m. I don't want that right now.
Like an espresso. Anything but.
That happened at Christmas. Matt, our son-in-law, was like, I'm a little bit tired. And Keely's like, would you like me to make you an espresso? And he's like, yeah, I go, I don't think you want that right now. And I go, it's kind of evening. And he's like, oh, I don't think that stuff bother me. So he has it like 3 a.m. He's just like
Mowing the lawn.
wild hair.
Washing his car.
He's mowed the whole neighborhood. He was like, I don't know what was in that coffee, but I can't ever do that again.
It's like 10 cups of coffee is what that is, dude.
What am I not doing right? Because I watched her, all the dials are set. I push the button. The lights start flashing again. I got nothing. I'm like, what in the effing F? My morning is my time to find peace and love. This is a temporary problem. So she gets up. I explain the deal. She goes through the same process that I'm going through. You and I roll out of bed and we can talk.
Not together.
There's a certain window of time where don't utter a word or I will grab you by the short hairs. You're going to be the monkey in the window. So it gets to the point where she's on the phone with them. 16-year-olds do this at Starbucks every day for a living. We can master doing this. They're like, you're not priming it right.
You're not one of those people that wants a baby for Christmas, are you?
No, I'm not. I want an espresso maker for Christmas.
That works.
Yeah. They determine it's a faulty espresso maker, and they're going to send us a new one in 10 days. Can't you just take that back to the store? No.
They told her that up front when she bought it. Now, if this thing breaks, we're out.
Not planting a seed that these are pieces of crap. I look at her and I go, so I'm drinking packet coffee for 10 days? Okay, find my Zen place. So somehow we figure it out. And she decides to box up the one that's working and keep the new one. And now the new one is leaking water all over the counter.
It's a $1,000 leak.
She's back on the phone with them. And they're like, oh, I think it's a ring in the reservoir. We're going to send you a new reservoir.
Welcome to America.
I do love the process. I do love the coffee. I'm a stout coffee person. Mm-hmm. I mean, that is the cleanest counter in Marion County probably because it gets wiped down every morning from the water.
Just like my basement floor.
It's not $5 burnt coffee. because you can't have anything burnt with that much water.
Put the fire out.
So I think really what I want to do now is join the monkey in the cage, and we're just going to be sitting there like, fuck this. What are you here for? I killed the guy that sold my wife the espresso maker. What are you here for? I'm a monkey.
Hey, with the monkeys. Hi, this is Andy. If you enjoyed listening to our podcast, please be sure to subscribe and share. Remember, laughter is contagious. Help us spread it by telling a friend.